Hello and welcome, my friends, to the 5th day of Christmas. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. This has been a fantastic experience for me. I hope that you have found this series helpful and fun, and that you're getting something meaningful from these readings and healings that I'm adding in to December. Without further ado, let's see what the 5th day of Christmas brings for you. Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. In this video, I want to complete a group reading for my friends to explore how they can use this holiday energy to their advantage and not only get through this holiday season, however, take it further into 2021. It's so easy just to get blindsided and hyper-focused in on this holiday time, rather than how we can use this energy to our advantage and help us to start off 2021 in a high, with high vibration, positive energy, and ready to take on those challenges and those obstacles and learn from these opportunities that the year is going to bring for us. The decks I went with for this reading, of course, I went with the Winter Waite Tarot. I wanted that wintry feel, but I didn't want to focus in on that Christmas energy, not as a whole. I want the whole energy of the whole season to support us. Then I topped it off with the natural energy of a Witch's Compendium Oracle. That natural energy can help stabilize us, help ground us, and support us with that growth. Now, like always, I do have links below to both these fantastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. Now, the selections that I have for this reading, my friends, I went with the raw crystals. I wanted to utilize that raw, edgier energy. So, of course, we have Auralite here, Selenite, and then Healerite. I want you to choose whichever crystal resonates with you right now. It's the crystal that you can't keep your eyes off of. Throughout the introduction, your eyes kept going back to that certain crystal. Then go into the description box below. There you're going to find timestamps. I want you to click on the crystal's correlating timestamp. It will take you straight to your reading, and I will see you there, my friends. Hello and welcome, my Auralite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the Oracle and the Tarot cards here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see how we can use this energy of the holidays to help us out into 2021. What should my Auralite friends focus their attention on? So they start, whoa, that one's important. So they start off the year right and in a high vibrational standpoint. The King of Cups. Of course, kings are that fully developed personality. They have the most control, the most power. The King of Cups, he has the most control over his emotions. And we need that emotional control now more than ever. We need that control so that we can make those decisions in the highest vibration and greatest good possible. That gut response, that gut reaction, it causes more pain, more heartache for us and those around us. When we have that control, we have the ability to take that breath and make that decision on how we want to respond, rather than just responding like I said, in that low vibrational gut response. As we head into the new year, and as we wrap things up in 2020, it's going to be essential and vital that we maintain that control of how we respond. We can't control others. We can only control our response. And it's in our control of our response that's going to help us maintain and raise our vibration, allowing us to seek out new opportunities, new conclusions and solutions that are for our greater good, rather than getting stuck in that he said, she said fight, or getting stuck in that heartache because you said something that you didn't mean. That control, that emotional response, it's a vital lesson for us to learn, and many of us struggle with it. We're still really controlled by our ego, and we're not taking that step back, taking that deep breath, and making a clear decision for our greater good. And it's something that we need to work on as we head into 2021. It will aid us as we move forward into the decade. So let's look at how we can use our emotional control and combine it with the amazing energies that the holiday is bringing us and enter 2021 on a real high note. How can my Auralite friends use this holiday energy to their advantage as we head into the new year? Temperance, the 14th card in the Major Arcana, we're looking at that balance, both on the physical level and also in that energetical flow. When we have that balanced standpoint where we feel grounded and centered, we're more able to have that control, that emotional control. We're able to make those responses in our greater good. The Christmas and holiday energy, it's full of love and hope. It's going to help us ground and stabilize ourselves even more, opening us up for that beautiful energy flow that's going to help us create that stability, create that foundation where we can grow and make some decisions for our greater good. The more balanced we are, the more calm we are, the more control we're going to have over our responses, and we're going to lessen that ego control of ourselves. We can't squish down our ego or remove our ego. It's part of us. We just need to take control. If you will, start to parent your ego. Now, Temperance is the 14th card in the Major Arcana, while the King is the 14th card in your Minor Arcana. The angels are telling you with that double 14 that this is a time of love and spiritual growth. And what's more, you're going to attract the energies that you put out. We need to be mindful and we need to be very conscious of these energies, intentionally participating in different activities that bring that balancedness, that centeredness, that groundedness to yourself. I have a number of archangel meditations that will help with that grounding, that stability, that centeredness. When you participate in a meditation, you're intentionally focusing in on your energies, your breath, grounding you and strengthening you. It's that type of intention that's going to support us in taking that control of ourselves, our response, helping us to maintain that high vibration and opening up those possibilities. What's more, when we have that high vibration, that connection to our intuition, which of course in tarot or in oracle is depicted through water, that connection to our intuition, those high vibrational beings, it becomes a lot easier. We're able to gain further guidance, further understanding of how we need to go forward, what would support us now, what we need to focus our attention in on. Helps us to see and embrace opportunities and possibilities. That wisdom, that guidance, it's going to take us far into 2021. Oh, my cards are catching up. The Three of Pentacles. This is a fantastic card. I like to call it my Triforce Perfecta. You're working with self, your physical support team, and your high vibrational support team. When you're working in cooperation and collaboration with your amazing support team, that's when amazing things occur. Now, if you're not aware or you don't have a British background, what these three characters are doing, it's called a Pantone. It happens during the holidays, and they're crazy, fun, interactive plays that happen in different community halls throughout the UK. They're fun, they're playful, and a lot of people really look forward to them. They support people in having that laugh and connecting in. That connection, that laughter, that's an important part of what we're going to be looking at. 2020 really brought us through the ringer. It highlighted the importance of being creative and thinking outside the box when it comes to our connections, how we connect with others and how we connect with ourselves. We need to continue to use that creativity to help us with that control and that balance. And like I said, that control, you have to be very mindful. It's how you respond. It's not controlling the support people and beings that are there for you. This is control of your emotions, control of how you respond to others. That is a big part of what you need to take into 2021. We need to release that false control or that perceived control that you have over others and start to focus in on self. Focus in on how you can respond, how you should respond. That support team, it's there to support you, both in the physical and, like I said, that spiritual basis. Important aspects and elements that we can take into 2021. And I'm going to actually hedge out a little bit more. We can take in throughout the decade. These are life lessons that we need to learn. So let's go on to some blessings. Let's take the whole deck. What blessings will support my Auralite friends as we wrap up 2020 and head into 2021? The Companion. Such a beautiful card. We were never meant to do this journey alone. You're going to find that your physical supports and spiritual supports come in more shapes than just human. You will find the animal kingdom and spiritual world responds as we start to open up. We open up our connections. We open up ourselves to new and amazing supports. We need that connection on all levels. We need to expand our support team, expand who it is we support. We can't just funnel and close ourselves off. 2020 has started to do that for a lot of us. 2021, we need to expand who it is we're connecting in with, those positive, supportive beings and people that will help us forward, rather than taking control of us. It's a false control, and it just damages us and them. We need that balanced, positive relationship. Like I said, it's going to come in many forms. We need to be open to that. The laborer. We have some work to do, my Auralite friends. We need to put our head down. We need to start to work on different aspects. Set those intentions. Set aside time and energy to get this work done, connecting in and asking for the help we need to get the work done. Yes, we're going to have supports. We're going to have companions. They can only support us. They cannot do it for us. We need to be the ones to do the work, as this is our life. Our companions and our supports, they have their own lives to lead. We will support them, encourage them, and nurture them as they do the same for us. Know that 2021, it continues to be a foundational year. We need to create that positive, stable foundation, which means we've got some work to do, guys, so that we can continue this evolution and this progression. This evolution and progression. We can't stop with this growth, because that's when the universe comes in and starts to zap us with the tower. We have free choice. We have free will right now. We need to use this time to our advantage and for our greater good. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into how you can start the new year off right. What you need to do right now. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It truly does help people find me on the sea of YouTube, which helps to raise the vibration of us as a collective. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There is so much more coming your way in the new year, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and guidance is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page. And of course, I've got lots of tiers and perks, which of course includes free readings and healings for you. Additionally, I also have a Patreon exclusive library of videos just for my supporters. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Auralite friends. Hello and welcome, my Selenite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and the oracle cards here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see how we can use these amazing energies to our advantage. What should my Selenite friends focus their attention on so that they, that one, start the year off right and in a high vibration? The Four of Swords. I enjoyed this rendition much more than the original Rider-Waite. In the original Rider-Waite, the knight looks almost like a corpse. He kind of still does here, but he's resting. He's not dead. This isn't a pyre or anything like that. In the original Rider-Waite, they're a funny shade of gold because they're in this cathedral. The Four of Swords, well, it has two meanings. One, with the four, we have that foundation, that stability. The sword is about the knowledge. The Four of Swords talks about the rest, that rejuvenation. Sitting on the knowledge that we have acquired and contemplating how we want to go forward, taking that pause, rejuvenating and strengthening us before we pick up our sword and continue on our journey. This rest and rejuvenation is essential. 2020 has really thrown us for a loop. We need to be rejuvenated. We need to strengthen us, empower us, so we're able to embrace the amazing opportunities that 2021 is going to offer us. Taking that time and taking care of you. That's where you need to focus your energy right now. As we wrap up 2020, making sure that we give ourselves that time for us, rejuvenating us. One of the ways you can do that is through a meditation I brought out a number of weeks ago in my Just You and Me series. It was for stress relief. You're able to release some of that baggage, some of that buildup, resting you, rejuvenating you. That stress relief, it goes a long way with dealing with some of the burdens, these demands, these added expectations. There was already a lot going on in 2020, and now we've added in the demands of the holidays. Well, a little bit of stress relief, it goes a long way in releasing some of those built up gunkiness that has a tendency to slow us down. We don't want to be slowed down in 2021. We want to get moving. We want to take our knowledge, our experience, and use it to our advantage. Another way that we can start to work on this rest and rejuvenation is another meditation that I brought out at the beginning of the month, where we're looking at that inner calm. We can't control those exterior energies. However, we can start taking control of ourselves, controlling how we respond to things, and of course, how we take care of ourselves, clearing and dumping some of these energies that aren't serving us. So that rest, that rejuvenation, it's going to be an essential aspect that we focus in on as we wrap up 2020. So let's take a look at the energies. There's a lot of amazing energies that happen during the holidays. Let's see how we can use those to our advantage. How can my Selenite friends use this holiday energy to their advantage as we head into the new year? Tarot questions do not need to be complex. Actually, sometimes when you have those complex questions that are multi-layered and multi-dimensional, you get these multi-layered and multi-dimensional answers that just cause more confusion. Sometimes that precision, it helps. Ooh, the Knight of Cups. So, how we can use these energies to our advantage? Well, of course, is strengthening and encouraging us. Knights are that adolescent no fear energy. We need that no fear energy to head into 2021. Many of us are feeling a little bit, shell-shocked from 2020. We need that courage. We need that determination. We want to use this knowledge to our advantage. Once we strengthen us, we want to use this energy to get on that high horse and to start to go forward. That movement is important. We don't want to sit on this knowledge for too long. It's an easy aspect to get stuck in this rest and rejuvenation. Your ego will do anything to keep you stuck and stagnant. So, having you hyper-focus in on that healing, that rest, that rejuvenation, well, it's one way to stop you from moving forward. That balance is going to be essential. We don't want to get stuck, because when we get stuck, that's when the tower comes out and things become less pleasant. Once we feel stronger and healthier, we're going to have that ability to connect into that courage, that determination, and get going. And the one thing that's going to help us out the most with that get going, not only is the knowledge that we currently have, but of course with that intuitive insight, the connection to the higher self, those high vibrational beings, and your support team, of course, will be essential tools as we head into 2021. We need that direction, that insight and wisdom to support us so that our journey, it's not full of potholes and bumps with wicked curveballs. We have that mindful, steady, progressive movement. That insight, that intuition, it's going to be an essential element as well as we head into 2021. Of course, your intuition, that's a skill, something that we need to work on. And yes, we'll need it in 2021. However, it's more than that. It's not just a 2021 thing. This is a tool, an ability that is going to take you far into this lifetime and lifetimes to come. Those tools, those skills, working on them, sharpening them, and creating a useful tool and ability for you to overcome these challenges, for you to embrace these opportunities, for you to grow and develop from. The Ten of Wands. We need to definitely move away from this overwhelmed, overworked energy. And I like how the cards have come out. We need to go from this burnt out, exhausted, burdened energy, take the time for ourselves so we can almost transform ourselves into an action-based, orientated knight. And of course, these knights, in the original deck that Pamela Coleman Smith drew, the knights were in varying stages of motion, where the Knight of Swords is charging headlong into the storm. You have the Knight of Cups that's taking this soft, gentle canter. It's small, steady, progressive steps. We have that foundation. We have that stability. We need both of them for that progression. Leaps of faith, they cause instability. They cause us to regress back to former coping mechanisms and skills that may not be high vibrational. They're not serving us. That can cause even further stagnation, cause further fear for trying something new. So that stable, slow progression, it helps us with that stability. It helps us from becoming overburdened and overworked. Now, we also have an interesting effect here. The wand itself is about passion and creativity, where the cup is about intuition and creativity. Here, you have that passion-based creativity. It helps with that connection, helps us really have feeling and emotion to what it is we're doing. And then you have that intuitional based creativity that gives us insight. It gives us that meaning, that bigger picture. And I quote here, we don't have a big picture. We have such a small picture of what the big picture is, but it does give us a bit of a broader aspect of what we're doing. And it combines it into our creativity. You have the yin and yang of creativity, that passion and that emotion. We need both aspects to create amazing results, and we're going to need them and use them as we head into 2021, especially when we take in that energy of love and compassion. We bring that into 2021 and we focus it in on ourselves. We're going to see these passions, these creativities start to flourish, start to erupt, and really light the path for you, burning away any of that uncertainty, any of that burden, burning away any of that resistance that we're going to have. So we need to take care of ourselves and focus in on that creativity. Two elements that will really help us out in 2021 and beyond. Let's go into some blessings. What blessing will support my Selenite friends as they wrap up 2020 and head into the new year? Thaw. What an important card. Goes into that rest and rejuvenation and that overburdened work. We need to allow things to progress, to change and shift, to, de-thaw in a very planned and calm way. Like I said, we need those small, steady steps. It really reinforces that. We can't just drop all our wands and walk away from it. That's going to cause confusion, instability, and a lot of frustration on many people's parts. We need that very mindful and planned execution of how you're going to declutter yourself while resting and rejuvenating, using that knowledge, using your wisdom to your advantage, helping you discern what you need to carry and what other people need to take back. We need to have that mindful plan on how we want to move forward, connecting into our intuition, that guidance and wisdom to support us on our growth, support us in our journey. Again, going back to that slow, steady progression. We're not looking at a lot of instant gratification here. Growth and development, it takes time. It's not something that happens overnight. Having patience with us and what it is we're able to accomplish right now. Remembering that nurturing and loving energy needs to be directed at us. We need to take care of ourselves, heal ourselves, so we are able and stronger to take on those challenges. The Preserver. We started this whole reading out on knowledge. We drew the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords talks about that knowledge. Using that knowledge to our advantage. Like I said earlier, we sit on it. We allow that knowledge to kind of ruminate and we can discern it a little bit more. The Preserver reminds us that we need to write things down. We easily miss insight, wisdom, messages, symbols. They're hidden in plain sight, and we're not always that mindful, so we start to miss them. Taking that time and starting to write down that today, randomly, I saw a butterfly. It's the middle of December, I shouldn't see a butterfly. Or what's more, it's the middle of December and there's feathers in my front yard. There was a feather in my hallway. I don't have a bird. Those symbols are what we're talking about. Writing them down. Writing down weird insight that comes into your brain off the top of your head. Really random and really weird. Just write it down. It starts to give you that map, that insight. You start to see the repeated numbers. You start to see the repeated symbols, the repeated messages that the high vibrational beings are sending you. We need to preserve this information to create that map forward. You can't see pattern unless you take that step back and truly look at what's happening all around you. Happening all around you. And like I said, it's going to be that knowledge that helps create that plan forward. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into how you can start the new year off right. What you need to do right now. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It truly does help people find me on the sea of YouTube, which helps to raise the vibration of us as a collective. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There is so much more coming your way in the new year, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and guidance is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page. And of course, I've got lots of tiers and perks, which of course includes free readings and healings for you. Additionally, I also have a Patreon exclusive library of videos just for my supporters. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Selenite friends. Hello and welcome, my Healerite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and the oracle cards, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see how we can embrace these amazing holiday energies and use them to our advantage. What should my Healerite friends focus their attention on so they start off the year right and in a high vibration? The King of Swords. Kings are that fully developed personality. They have the most control, the most power. The King of Swords, we're looking at knowledge. We need to utilize and own what it is we know. And what's more, we need to have that thirst for knowledge. Being open to and using different pieces of knowledge to our advantage. And this isn't just knowledge that you read or knowledge that comes to you. This is knowledge that you know. Not only can we learn through books and the internet, we can use the collective knowledge to our advantage as well. Being open to that high vibrational energy, tapping into that collective and universal knowledge will only support us and support those around us. Now, the King of Swords, he has all these little butterflies on his throne, and there's no top to his throne. It ascends into the heavens. His knowledge comes from the physical and spiritual realms, and so should ours. We need to start to connect in, trusting in that wisdom that pops into our head, that we have a tendency to push back to a point of either everyone knows it or there is no validity to that knowledge. Trusting in that knowledge and utilizing it to our advantage. That's what we need to focus in on. We need to be working on our intuitive gifts and using it to our advantage. Many months ago, I worked with this amazing archangel named Archangel Raziel, and we worked on and helped you to strengthen your intuitive gifts. It's a fantastic meditation that you can add in during this busy time. It's about 30 minutes. It'll help ground you, help stabilize you, and of course, help connect you to that knowledge that's going to support you now more than ever. So let's look at this holiday energy a bit more. How can my Healerite friends use, this holiday energy, to their advantage as they head into the new year? Sometimes the cards get really jumpy, and they're very clear that they need to come out right here and right now. The first impatient card, the Knight of Cups. Knights are that no fear energy. That cup, intuition, again, and emotion. We can't fear our intuitive gifts, nor should we be bound down or weighed down by our emotions and some of this low vibrational energy that's all around us. We need to use our courage, our determination, and our knowledge to get ourselves going. Knights, of course, they're all about action. They're a movement card. We don't want to be like the king where we're just sitting and watching the world go by. We need action to that knowledge. We need action to the wisdom and guidance that we're going to gain through our intuition. We can utilize the holiday energies of love and hope to invigorate and empower us so we do move forward. We do get on that high horse and we start to use our knowledge to our advantage. The moon. The moon, of course, being the 18th card in the Major Arcana. We're looking at that unknown, those mysterious aspects that we can't explain. This too also has connection in, of course, to those intuitional skills. Anytime you see that water base, we're connecting into our intuition. Like I said before, it's going to be an essential skill for you. It's going to help you move forward. It's going to give you that knowledge base, that understanding on what we don't understand, what is mysterious, that uncertainty. It gives us something to challenge our fear with. And the moon is a very feared card. Not on the same level as the devil or death, but it is still a card of mystery and unknown. We are taught at a young age that everything scary comes out at night. The moon energy is actually connected in with the divine feminine, using that nurturing, loving energy to support us in that knowledge quest and our evolution will, of course, help take us through the gateway of the moon, that rite of passage. The stronger, the more healthy we feel, the more we're going to raise our vibration. The higher our vibration, the more we can connect into our intuitional skills, which, of course, helps us go back in and gain more knowledge, more understanding, a clearer and more defined path forward, which then can lead us to another gateway. With more nurturing, more compassion to self, we strengthen ourselves, we re-energize that night, and we just keep flowing through it. 2021 will continue to be a foundational year where we need to build our skills and our abilities, strengthening them, which of course invigorates and empowers us. We need to use the energies of the holiday to build ourselves up. Take that time to nurture and care for us. Take this time to strengthen and invigorate us, connecting us in to our passions. Connecting us into our passions, to our creativity, invigorating us, connecting us in, finding that meaning, finding that fulfillment that we need. One of the ways that we can do this is through a meditation that I created with Archangel Uriel months ago. And I worked with Archangel Uriel to help connect you in to not only your passions, but to your courage. Because we are going to need that courage, that determination that will help us through this unknown. Anytime you have that unknown factor, your ego likes to kick in and start to play up, really flooding you with that fear and heartache to slow you down and cause stagnation so you can't enter through these gateways, go through these rite of passages, where you're going to be met with even more opportunities and more possibilities for growth and abundance. Let's go on to some blessings. What blessings will support my Healerite friends as they wrap up 2020 and head into 2021? The Shapeshifter. Such a pretty card. What we think or what we perceive as ourself isn't the end-all be-all. We can continue to mold and shape ourselves into what will support us, what will bring meaning, joy, and fulfillment to us. We need to evolve. We need to shift for our greater good. We need to stop pushing and trying to shift others into what will serve us. We need to shift us into what will serve us. Rather than trying to control others, we need to take control and understanding of us so we can start to make choices for our greater good, helping us to embrace and incorporate these new opportunities and possibilities, shaping us, evolving us. That's what 2021 is looking at. It's again that foundation, creating that strong and stable and effective foundation, knowing that we are not cast in stone. We have that ability to change and shift, and we need to embrace that evolution. It's important. The Wind Rider very much connects the Knight of Cups and the King of Swords. That knowledge that we see from the high vibrational beings, which can be depicted, of course, through birds and butterflies, with that action orientation of the Knight. Many people will gain added insight and wisdom. They say they hear it on the wind. That's why the Wind Rider is so important. That direction, that insight, it's whispers. Those whispers are your intuition. Those whispers are those high vibrational beings sending you direction and insight on how to go forward. Knowledge, intuition, and flexibility are aspects that we need to take in to 2021 with us. And what's more, we need to take them in to the whole decade. These are foundational aspects that are going to support you in your growth and your development. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into how you can start the new year off right. What you need to do right now. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It truly does help people find me on the sea of YouTube, which helps to raise the vibration of us as a collective. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There is so much more coming your way in the new year, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and guidance is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page. And of course, I've got lots of tiers and perks, which of course includes free readings and healings for you. Additionally, I also have a Patreon exclusive library of videos just for my supporters. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Healerite friends.